Good morning, students, and welcome to today's assembly. And I'm going to be talking about mental health. What do all these famous people have in common? So you can see Frank Bruno, an ex-professional boxer, Gwyneth Paltrow, an actress, J.K. Rowling, who wrote the Harry Potter books, and Stephen Fry, who is a famous comedian, and a few other celebrities will come onto this slide as it progresses. Well, like millions and millions of others, they have all suffered from some form of mental illness. Okay, we all have mental health. Every single one of us has mental health. Often I hear it described as a derogatory term, but we all feel happy, we all feel sad, we feel stressed, we feel down, we feel up. It isn't really just feeling depressed and anxious is what most people talk about when they discuss mental health. It is something that we all have every single day. Now the following video will look at some situations some of you might find yourself in a school setting, and basically it just looks at what support and what struggles people are going through and what you could be facing yourself.
You can't tell how someone feels just by looking at them or what they share online. To the outside world, our lives may look perfect, even if in reality they aren't. I'm always worrying about doing well at school, and with the end of year test coming up, I'm not sure how much longer I can cope. My thoughts swarm around my head, sometimes keeping me up all night. Some days it's just all too much, and I feel like I'm lost in space. When I did badly on one of my tests, I just about kept it together until I got home. Then I broke down crying in front of my mum. She listened for a bit, and then she told me that, just like physical health, we all have mental health. It's our feelings, our thinking, our emotions, and our moods. She then said that feeling down, angry, and stressed is a normal part of life, just like it's normal to feel happy, confident, and carefree sometimes. We all have positive and negative emotions that come and go based on what's happening around us. These are everyday feelings. Good mental health means experiencing negative emotions. It's not always about being happy. Mum can relate to the feelings of stress. So when Mum suggested I take a break from everything and do something I enjoy, I actually took her advice. So I made myself a hot chocolate, snuggled up in a duvet and watched a film. And you know what? Afterwards I felt so much better. Mum should take her own advice.
Most of us only ever share the good things. We don't like to share how we really feel. Every morning when I wake up, negative thoughts stream through my head. Getting out of bed and pretending I'm okay takes all the energy I have. As the day goes on, the negative thoughts turn from a stream into a river. The water rushes through my head so loudly it's hard to concentrate in lessons. And some days it's so bad it feels like a waterfall that's trying to pull me over the edge. Everything is so overwhelming. I didn't think my friends would understand if I told them how down I was feeling. But when Sasha opened up to me about how stressed she was feeling, I told her. I wasn't sure how to bring up how I'd been feeling, so I started by saying that I didn't feel like myself. Just her listening made me feel like she understood. She told me some things that had helped her, so I tried them too, but it didn't make much of a difference. Even when I tried to be around my friends, I felt alone. The things I used to enjoy weren't fun anymore.
I was really worried about Andre and not sure what to do. He was quiet and wasn't hanging out with us like he used to. So I asked our head of year for some advice. He suggested I get Andre to speak to him since his negative feelings weren't going away.
I didn't want to speak to our head of year, but I also didn't want to keep feeling so down, so I went. He said that sometimes we have overwhelming feelings that can be more intense than our everyday feelings. These feelings hang around for a long time and change the way we feel, think, and behave. They can stop us doing what we want to in life. That's what I was going through. He also said that if we're physically unwell, we let people know, we ask for help. It should be no different with mental health. Sometimes our overwhelming feelings are brought on because of things in our life. Sometimes they happen for no reason at all. After hearing this, I felt much less alone and it felt good to talk. Scientists have found exercise can help when you're feeling low, so our head of year encouraged me to sign up to the school football club, which Sasha was already in. I still have days when the river is there, but now I'm beginning to understand my mental health. I'm learning how to cope. Our head of year reminded me that my friends, family, teachers and lots of others at school are there to help just as much as he is. I had no idea the people around me could be so understanding. And while it's not always easy to talk about my mental health, the person I'm talking to might be able to help. If you don't feel like talking, that's fine. You could try writing, sports, reading, art, music, playing with your pet, whatever makes you feel better.
If you're the person someone talks to when they're struggling, just listen with no pressure or judgments. You don't have to have the answer. If you feel unsure about anything, you can speak to a trusted adult. Talking about mental health doesn't have to be difficult. After all, it's something we all have.
Some key statistics. According to the website mind.org, which is a mental health charity, 1 in 40 people will suffer depression. 1 in 20 will suffer from some sort of anxiety disorder. And 1 in 10 will suffer a mixture of both of the above. And again, according to the website mind.org, 1 in 10 people will suffer a different form of mental illness, including phobias or OCD. I would have thought the majority of people suffer from some sort of phobia. A panic disorder or post-traumatic stress disorder. A body image or eating disorder. So what I want you to do as we come to halfway through this assembly, what I want you to think about is what you want to take away from this assembly. Will your attitudes towards mental health change at all? Because we've all got some of us got some preconceived ideas of what we think mental health is. Are you as always understanding as possible to friends when they exhibit psychological distress? Don't rush to react. Look out for one another. What can you do if you are struggling yourself with mental health problems? So the following video will give you some tips on how to improve your mental health. But what I want you to do, obviously, don't watch it just once. Watch it again and again until you have these strategies embedded in your life. Because as the previous stats showed, that many people at some part in their lives will suffer from some form of negative mental health. So once you look at these strategies, watch it again when you get a chance, just so that it's really embedded, so you can look out for the signs that maybe you need to do something to improve your mental health.
Our mental health is important. By looking after it, we can feel happier, more positive, and are better equipped to get the most out of life. Research shows there are 5 simple things we can do as part of our daily lives to boost our mental health and well-being. These are called the 5 ways to well-being. Connect. Connect with those around you, with family, friends, colleagues and neighbours. Look to spend meaningful time with people each day. Instead of sending an email, talk to someone. Speak to someone new. Ask how someone's weekend was and really listen when they tell you. Arrange a catch-up with friends. Join a club or group of people who share a common interest. Put 5 minutes aside to find out how someone really is. Think of these connections as the cornerstone of your life and invest time in developing and strengthening them. Building these connections will support and enrich you every day. Be active. Look for ways to be active every day. Go for a walk or a run. Step outside. Stretch. Cycle. Play a game. Do some gardening. Dance. Most importantly, discover a physical activity you enjoy and that suits your level of mobility and fitness. Being active every day causes changes in our brain, which can positively affect our mood. Exercising makes you feel good. Take notice. To take notice is to be present in the here and now. Pay attention to the world around you, nature, people, your thoughts and feelings. Be curious. Catch sight of the beautiful. Remark on the unusual. Notice the changing seasons. Savour the moment. Becoming more aware of the present moment and reflecting on your experiences will help you appreciate what matters to you. Keep learning. Keep learning is about learning new skills and information about topics that interest us. We can keep learning by trying something new, rediscovering an old interest, signing up for a course, fixing a bike, taking on a new responsibility at work, learning to play a musical instrument, trying a new recipe. Set a challenge you enjoy achieving. Learning can make you more confident and boost your self-esteem. It can also be fun. Give. Giving is about small acts of kindness for other people, whether that be your time, patience, words, or a smile. The smallest act can count. Do something nice for a friend or a stranger. Thank someone. Smile. Make someone a cup of tea. Sign up for volunteering. Donate to charity. Offer to help someone with a project. Ask a friend or someone you work with how they are and really listen to the answer. Giving back to others can create positive feelings and help us feel more satisfied with life. Seeing yourself and your happiness as linked to the wider community can be incredibly rewarding and create connections with the people around you.
Okay, where can you go for help if you are struggling? So there is a Youth Wellbeing Directory provides a list of free local and national organisations offering mental health support for anyone up to the age of 25. It has over 1,300 free to access services listed across the UK and links to useful information, organisation and resources. And simply all you do is type into Google the Youth Wellbeing Directory and it's all there for you. And if you're a parent or you're working, you can go into the MindEd website, which is a free education resource on children and young people's mental health for all adults. Okay, so there's two sections there, which is MindEd for families, and there's MindEd for professionals and volunteers. And all you do is click on whichever one is best for you, and then basically you just read through what they can offer and the resources they have available. But remember, there is always someone there to help. Okay, some telephone numbers that are quite handy are the Samaritans, which is 116 123, Off the Record on 01225 312 481, or the NHS on 111. Okay, so they are just at the end of a phone call. So we've covered quite a lot in that assembly. We've looked at mental health and what it is. Okay, we have looked at strategies, and remember, in school, if you are struggling, you can speak to your teachers. The pastoral team is always available, so don't feel like you're on your own. We are there to help. We're just going to finish with a prayer. Comfort and relieve those who are troubled in mind and spirit. Bring them hope, peace and the consolation of a loving community. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer.